Hello everyone, welcome back to the Talos Principle Reawakened. I keep wanting to say rekindled, but that is not what it is, probably because I've been playing Dark Souls so much. Last time we beat World 1 and we talked about philosophy and we went into the secret dev world, and then we went into World 7 and found out that we can't actually do anything because we've got tools locked. So today we're going to go into World 2. I did fiddle with the sound settings, so for the first video, it came out loud, so I just slapped a volume filter on it. But now, I'm trying to see if I can get it to record so that I can just leave it as it is. So, hopefully it's balanced. Hello to long loading times. Jump into the world 2 to unlock tools.
These worlds and we within them are made of words.
Made of words.
Hidden words, invisible to you, yet part of all things. We are a story. Your actions give life to the story, and the story gives meaning to your life.
That is incredibly deep, and also happens to be literally true for this story. Yeah, just getting into the idea of narratives, and it's enough of a theme that I have to imagine it is intentional. The idea of logocentrism, the idea of getting lost in our words and theories, and forgetting that there's an actual real world out there that is outside of words, outside of logic, and outside of theories. And I imagine that with the theme of this universe being created by words, they're kind of going for that kind of a theme. We have to get outside the words to the real world. Alright, we're gonna have lots of discussion. Ian. I hope I didn't forget to scroll anywhere last time. From Frank Ngatai. My first day at the Institute for Applied Normatics. On the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling, I walk in, and right at the entrance there's this life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? Then I get it. Institute for Applied Normatics. Ian. Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Jurassic Park movies. Jeff Goldblum. Dr. Sarabai shows up, smiling. We were trying to find a cool acronym. Back then, the institute was founded. She says, Inan, Yapan, Inapno? It all sounded stupid, but we didn't just want to call it Ian because, well, that's a name. Then someone made a joke about calling it Jeff, and it kinda stuck. So we're officially called Ian, but if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name, I guess. I know, bloody geeks. After that conversation, I wasn't so scared anymore. Yeah. I love that the salvation of humanity was from such a fun group. Athena analysis. Note number 1. Novel's first sentence, she woke up in an impossible place, knowing nothing, signifies more than the beginning of another amnesia-based mystery. Though we should not go so far as to read the entire work as allegory, rather, while taking the science-fictional novus at the core of the narrative at face value, we should... So that line, she woke up in an impossible place knowing nothing, that's how one of the text adventures in Talos 2 begins, right? Having no inherent knowledge of the nature of the world, forced to rely on what we are told by others and what our own subjective, flawed, limited senses tell us, social reality, belief, and objective reality, matter, come into conflict. I wouldn't entirely say that social reality is just belief and objective reality is matter. There's a subjective... I don't know how much I want to push this, but And there is an objective component to matter, we'll say that. Social reality is not just belief, though. With enough... So there's things like... with enough collective belief, things have force. They have staying power. They have influence, power, pressure. You know, even if they're not present within the material fabric of the universe, you know, things like unspoken rules, those have effects. Social reality, laws are part of social reality, yet you can't say that they're not real. Identity, even individual identity is part of social reality, not objective reality, or not matter reality. So I don't know if it's... I don't think it is as simple of just saying social reality is belief and objective reality is matter. They do come into conflict sometimes, though. Note 3. When in Chapter 16, A Second Awakening in the Kingdom of Artemis, the protagonist questions her mentor on the... Note 4. A more meaningful interpretation can only be achieved through synthesis of... I don't know, I feel like there's not much in here. I feel like this is not very... I don't know, what is this supposed to contribute? Talos Principle.txt. Whether it's true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say, he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze and had but one vein, within flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, and as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics, yet even without the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. Straton of Stageira. That is very true. The most faithful philosopher cannot live without his, her, their, zir blood. But again, like there's multiple connotations to this, right? You could think of machine as something that behaves, whose parts behave relating to each other in accordance with natural law, in which case life forms are machines. Or you could also think of machine as something that is used by someone as a tool for a purpose, in which case life is not a machine.
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule.
Oh,
Write
this
letters
one.
to the future, so one day
Oh, wait, no,
we
never
could
mind.
remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now. Bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
Where am I? Nice, we heard our first audio log. Time capsule. Yes, it wasn't the one I was thinking of. Which it should have been, because it's the first one. I mean, I should have been thinking of this one, because this one is the first one. Alright, you know they give you 2 jammers for a reason. There we go. Right. So I'll let you go by before I do anything with this again. Oh. I have to hit the door from in here. Oh, no, I don't. Aha! Yay, shortcut.
You are learning, as is your purpose. But your choices must be your own. Therefore, I will not guide you, unless it is necessary.
Thanks. No more hand-holding, please. Sheep. I don't know what this place is, and nor does it seem anyone else. Nothing to do but move forward and note whatever I find. The true spirit of the open world gamer. All of Windows. Is this the one I cheesed my first time through? It's an entirely different engine now, so might not be able to. I remember like there was an extra window here or something, and I was able to like shoot the jammer through multiple windows, and or maybe it was this one. Alright, let's try the obvious approach. Wait, can I do it? Can I do it again? I think you're not supposed to do that. Ah, come on. Controller. Well, I can't play first-person shooters. Yeah. We can now get A. We don't want A. We want the yellows. Let's explore around the outside. There's Easter eggs aplenty in the original game. Let's see if they're still here in this game. I don't actually remember any of them though. I remember some of them. I wonder if maybe I should turn the sound effects down a little more. I remember there were very loud waterfalls in the original. I should be looking for QR codes on the walls. Oh, that's a view. I'm gonna check the timestamp. 13 minutes. When editing, I can find this. Sometimes you just want to walk through doorways, right? Oh man, shout out to Damian Mravenok. Pretty sure I mispronounced his name, but the composer. These games' music is incredible. Oh! Ahaha! I have one! I don't know if that's enough to get through the door. I bet there's There's probably like one in each world or something, right? I don't know. So, I'm usually a blind Let's Player. This game is not blind, but if there are things that I don't know, I would appreciate not being told in the comments and finding it out for myself. I remember running it all around this world searching for keys. I don't remember where they were. I'm seeing recordings of previous trials. I did not go where I wanted to go. Just scan this with my own phone. I actually have a phone that can do this, so let me try. Note, there are secrets everywhere, sometimes within our very words. I glimpse them, but my eyes cannot read them. The note went away. How can this be? Uriel 4. I would like to just be able to read them in the game. That's not the button. Attention! Part 2 of the certification program has now been generated. Part 2 has been designed to test the consistency of some of your outlier responses in the previous round. You'll be presented with a series of statements. Please indicate your agreement when appropriate. Begin? No. Let's see if I'm still full of contradictions. Since only animals can be a person's, a machine could never be a person. Broadly disagree. Well, in the case of this game, then obviously the answer is no. And it'd be silly to say so because we are a machine. Actually, we're not a machine yet. We will be at the end of the game. I would say I disagree. If it's in reference to the parts acting according to natural laws. In that sense, then a machine can be a person. A person is under no authority other than that to which they consent. This is of course an opinion. You could agree or disagree, and neither of those would be incorrect. I'm going to say broadly disagree. I think there's lots of authorities around us within our worlds that we don't consent to, but we're forced to contend with anyway. The quality of life of persons ought to be maximized. I don't know, I'm going to say I disagree with that. I think it's a futile effort to try to live to maximize anything. And you're always going to be upset and frustrated. It's kind of a defeating idea. Self-defeating quest. I disagree with that. Value is discovered. Agree or disagree? Oh, there's so much semantics here. I mean, back up. Since only animals can be persons, a machine could never be a person. It's just words, definitions. And then the authority one, that's like... That's just words. I would need more context to be able to talk about it. Value is discovered. Let me think about that. So value being what matters, what's worthwhile, is discovered, as opposed to what? Invented? Value is manufactured? Value is created? I think all of those are true. And value is discovered is also true. So agree. I suppose so. It's probably I wonder if that was because I took so long, or because it's just a variety. Persons deserve the talents they were born into. What the heck does that mean? I'm gonna say disagree. How can you deserve something when you're born? Because you haven't been born yet. Like, you haven't done anything to deserve anything yet. The liberty of persons ought to be maximized. Oh boy. Liberty. What is liberty? The freedom from coercion on the one hand, the ability to do what you want to on the other hand, but also not just the ability to do what you feel like, the ability to live to your fullest, which sometimes requires a little bit of coercion to get you there. This one feels... But then also, if people have too much liberty, if the wrong people have too much liberty, then they will take power and oppress everybody else. Or, you know, I think this is an incompatible, I think this is a contradictory, a statement that doesn't work. I don't think you can maximize liberty. Value is created. I agree. Thank you. The certification process is now complete. You will receive a notification when your user profile has been generated. Alright, we've got some more. Error.log. Cannot load archive. Milton John Milton. That day I oft remember when from sleep I first awakened, and found myself reposed under a shade on flowers, much wondering where and what I was, whether thither brought and how. Just like us in part 1. ARG Solutions! From Bob Rakowski. All these corn people are driving me mad. Have they all suddenly turned into Buddha or something? I didn't know the world had such reserves of serenity. Though these latter-day Guatamas are at least being somewhat realistic, you know what's even worse? Those paranoid nutters who are building bunkers and collecting guns. What are they gonna do, shoot the virus? Though I have to admit the overall response has been much better than I ever anticipated, to the point where I might be moved by the beauty of humanity if I wasn't such a grumpy old fart. This minority of total idiots is really messing up my final days. Anyway, the reason I'm writing this is because I refuse to believe in scenarios with absolutely no solutions. If we all put our heads together, we can figure something out. It'll be crazy, but crazy is better than dead. Crazy is what we do best on this planet. ARG Solutions. The Human Machine. One day, you discover that you are not a human being, but a machine. Your life so far was real. No one controlled you or programmed you to behave in some specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. No one except you knows about this. Your family, your friends, they all think you're a regular human being like themselves. You can continue to live your life the way you have before and nothing would change. How do you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. Does your concept of yourself change? Are you the same person you thought you were? Does your understanding of the world itself change? I think my answer to that is pretty much the same as it was before. No difference. Alrighty. The search continues. So I haven't seen a gate outside of a puzzle this time around. Oh yeah, the unused puzzle. I keep thinking these are going to be audio logs. Yeah, I haven't seen the star locked behind the gate this time. So maybe it's not there? Maybe it's different? Let's pop in a puzzle. Suicide mission. I see you. You're also off, I think. Ah, that turns it on though. So we need a jammer. And then we need to open this, get that out. Then we have to turn it on, I think. Okay. So block you, turn it on. Now open it up. It didn't make the sound it usually does. Yeah, when we finish the puzzles here, I'm going to hop back and see if the purple can open the purple door. How cool would it be if... Oh, here we go. Key required. Alright, we gotta find that key. How cool would it be if there's a bunch of purple doors in a row, and then something behind each one, like a puzzle or something? I don't know. Probably missed this. Sheep. I can't tell if the documents on the terminals are all that's left from a larger archive, or carefully designed to communicate some hidden truth. Ah, and it's broken. The A is blinking at me. There must be a star in here. Yeah. And then more puzzles. That's not. It can't be all the puzzles, right? Did I do all the puzzles? There are only 3 puzzles in this world? Everything's X'd out. Yes, I did. So I need a key. Is this the one with a lever back here? Oh man, I'm gonna be running all the way around. All the way around the world looking for this key again. I just did not find... Oh, first time I played this game, I just ran around and looked and looked and looked and looked. I don't remember if it's hidden in a puzzle or outside of a puzzle. I have no idea. And it might be hidden somewhere else entirely in this version. We'll look in the puzzles. This was the one with the Windows level, right? Is it in the Windows level? I feel like I remember it being so. All of Windows. Like there's a ladder somewhere or a... secret place with keys. Maybe I'm just wrong. Is there space anywhere around here for... It's so hard to tell. But I would have found it, I think. I swear it was like, there was a ladder, and then you get the keys in here, and then... Huh. Well, maybe I'll come back. I don't really want to spend a bunch of time pixel hunting on film. Yes, as if I'm recording this on film. What was that? Sound effect. It is hard to tell whether there's room. I think there's not room. I think there is no room for a key in this puzzle. So I will cease the search. Alright. What is this? Just some ruins. But it's not even ruins, though. Because there was nothing that it used to be. Aw, no key in here. Would've been cool if I just stumbled upon it. Is this the one I just came from? Alright, we'll move on. Just gotta find the way out. I don't know if I want to go through all the stars this time. You have to, is there anything different, or is it just the same? Are the rewards different at all, or is it just the same? That's something you can let me know in the comments. I need 5, okay. Alright. Do we have it? Can we unlock anything? No! We have to go to World 3. The loading times are getting better. 2 stars. Alright, we'll be on the lookout. Ooh, this is the clock one. Oh man. Ah, this one. Oh, I don't want to do this one. I don't want to do the clock star. But I thought it said that they changed some of them, so it might not be as convoluted this time. Maybe this is the key right here. My phone is having trouble getting it. The eagle has landed, then some numbers. Now is the time of tranquility, and I shall rest and observe the earth. Yeah, this puzzle's the same. Alright. Doobie doobie doop. Loading library session. We can't do Milton yet. Right, because our admin account is working. Is being produced. EP Arch, that's quite a date. 9999 AI feedback. We keep discussing what an artificial intelligence would mean to us and how it would change our understanding of the world. It's a great topic, and I think we've covered it extensively. What we've barely mentioned, though, is the other side of the coin. I mean, our lives would still be what they were before, AI or no AI. The question I think we should discuss, even if it's all completely hypothetical, is the perspective of the artificial intelligence itself. What would it be like to be that creature, to suddenly come into being, created by others as an experiment, to have all the information about yourself, to know exactly how you function, What would you think about the world? Would you see meaning? Beauty? How would you judge humanity? Where would you see yourself fitting into the grand scheme of things? I think we should try to put ourselves into the shoes of such a being. Dear Alexandra, thank you for your feedback, but this is a philosophy course, not science fiction. And that's why I almost gave up on my studies. Oh man, worst teachers ever. Myself, as a professor, I will always encourage curiosity, etc. I will never tell them they're out of line for creative thinking. It says our lives will still be what they were before. That's not really true, because we live in a co-created world with like our identity depends on everything that we interact with, right? So if something new comes into being, whether AI or a new technology or a new product, our lives are and our identities are a little bit different because of it. But yeah, AIs as characters, as protagonists, as beings with subjective experience, that is something we have yet. Well, that's something that we write sci-fi about. It is something we have yet to contend with in the real world. Straton of Stageira. Straton of Stageira was a Greek materialist philosopher associated with the Peripatetic school. An admirer of Aristotle, he was a proponent of empiricism and a fierce critic of philosophy that placed belief before observable truths. Though unpopular with many of his peers for his often acerbic personal matter, his commentaries on Aristotle were considered an important work. Much of his writing was lost in the destruction of the Library of Alexandria. I'm pretty sure he's a fictional character for this series. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure. Because whenever I search him up, the only thing that pops up is Talos Principle. Team leads. We're blessed to have so many people contributing to this project, but we've got to make sure everyone is on the same page. Please refer to the following people when... Alexandra Drennan, Nadia Sarabai, Rob McLean, Trevor Donovan. Trevor! Wait, is that the right Trevor? Trevor Donovan? I guess it must be. Because these are all the people on the project. Trevor Percival Donovan. Trevor Percival... I feel like the last name isn't right. It was something else. I mean... Okay. George Jameson, Alan Jameson, Bob Rakowski, Radia Brickmont, Aurora Calvin, Omar Garib, Something Lanning, J.E. Harrison, Frank Ngatai, Jared V. Shmilev, Sun Wei Yang. Though not directly part of our project, the archive team is sharing both physical and digital space with us. If there are any technical issues to resolve, please contact the project lead, Arkady Chernyshevsky. Don't worry, he's nice. And there we go. I keep almost backing into this. Let's go. Let's be on the lookout for anything suspicious that could be stars other than this. Because I don't want to do this one. Glitch. I thought I saw a message on the wall. Guess not. Stash for later. The A was flashing. That means I could leave world A. That's right. Ah, yes. I don't think I can take this yet. That's why it's stashed for later. Gotta unlock this door. I remember this puzzle. Hey. Wait. Just coming back and forth, right? You don't turn corners? Let's open the door. Yaha! There we go. Oops. And having the bumpers be run in place, so confusing to me. I'll get used to it. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, you move on. And then I'll do the same to the other one. There we are. Run! Aha! Hooray! I watched a YouTube video on the logic of button layouts for video games, and it's not like if you just assign, you know, some people are like, or some developers are like, oh, just, you know, there's an unused button, assign that to the unused function, and once you've matched up all the functions to buttons, then you're done, right? Well, this video was like, based on how our hands work and our brains are connected to our hands, like we want the up buttons to be associated with each other, the left buttons to be associated with each other, the bumpers to be associated, the triggers to be associated, like the left hand to be associated a certain way, the right hand to be associated a certain way. And it showed examples of how like different games, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, didn't handle their button layouts very well because people would keep getting confused about it. But then a different game, it might have been Dark Souls. Yeah, Dark Souls was held up as like the game that got all the buttons perfect. Where like you got your light attack and heavy attack and light attack and heavy attack on the bumpers and triggers, and then the other buttons are stuff, and I feel like this game could have, because like you hold right bumper to run, you press left trigger to pick up. Like what? Why? Why can't I? And you press the A button to jump. That's fine. But like, what if it was the R button to jump and the A button to pick stuff up? I think it was originally. Like I liked the original control scheme. That's jammed. Alright. Let's start with this. And then go here. Is this still... These both need to be jammed the whole time for both of these. But now I can unjam them both. Aha! Yeah! I can. And then I can take 2 of these through here. 3 of them, actually. Anyone want to overkill? That one's got to stay attached to there. But not anymore. Let's take the star. Yaha! Achievement for it. And furthermore, let us Take all of the jammers. Aha. Aha. I have so many jammers. What can I jam through here? Our first red one. Let's go. Glitch. An escalating problem. Ah.
The counsel of my blessed messengers must be earned.
It is kind of weird. Because remember, in the original game, you had to like get a whole bunch of stars before you could get any hints, which was kind of silly. Because why would you want to do hard puzzles before you could skip easy puzzles? One with faith. I spent much time waiting for the designer to take my hand until I realized that he had been guiding me all along. I realized that it isn't for me to seek his help, it is for me to help myself. I mean, the designer created these levels so that we could level them. I think I'm safe here. I mean, the levels are designed to be beaten. Can I grab it? There we go. That's not what I wanted to do. Or is it? Okay, it goes up there. The turn? Yeah. I think I see. Or I think I remember, I should say. Yeah. There's a little platform there for it. Let's go. And then go. Oh. Right. Man, I wanted you to bounce off the jammer. Go in there and defeat my enemy. Oh, wait, no, I need a key. Okay. Okay, so for now, we'll put you out of the way. Alright, okay, there's stairs. I didn't know there were stairs. Are there bots here? I think I remember there being bots here. Yeah. I also remember it being easy. I thought there was one on the outside too, right? Yeah. Alright, now it's your turn. Wait, not yet. Alright, now it's your turn. Go in! Destroy my enemy! Hee hee hee! First red! And a ladder here in case you fall down before getting it. Oh. Let's get that before we go. Can we get it from... Let's take this back. Almost did it more complicated than I needed to. So I wonder if we could have got this before going through the whole puzzle and I just didn't see it. Is there a gate here or something? Where to now? I guess we continue around the circle. Sheep. It's clear I'm not the first to walk this path. In fact, the whole thing seems to have been consciously designed by the voice in the sky or some other force. Good question. Locked me up, swallowed the key. Well, hello, tool. Hidden in a corner it was. Oh, key. Heh. It blended in with the other texture. Can't go there yet. If I stop you, is there another? Yes. That should be not it yet. Let's go. We can get the connector. Alright, is that all the puzzles? Are there any more? That might be all the puzzles in this zone. Yay! Missing a star, of course. Your user profile has now been generated. Download profile? What if I am too contradictory to be an admin? Congratulations, your new user account has been registered. Would you like to see the details? Display conflicts. User failed at basic mathematics. User provided an objective response when asked for a subjective one. I don't think I had a choice about that. Unless it was for... No, there's two parts to this, right? So the last session, the one I did today, I didn't have a choice for it. But, back in first episode, there was a part 2. I don't even remember what this was. Honestly, I didn't pay attention to those details. They're kind of like gotcha things, right? User provided a particular account of personhood but was uncomfortable with its implications. Yeah, these are like gotcha things, right? It's like, oh, have you thought about every single logical detail about every word in your beliefs? No, because that's not what beliefs are for. User had inconsistent ideas about value. No, I didn't. I just said it was more than one thing, more than one type of thing. You may already be criticizing your own performance, but it's clear you understand how the world of ideas affects you, even if you're sometimes weary with the realities and allow your preferences to dictate your beliefs. You have a great deal of unused capacity which you have not turned to your advantage. Disciplined and self-controlled outside, you tend to be worrisome and insecure inside, but you pride yourself as an independent thinker and do not accept other statements without satisfactory proof. I think everybody gets the same thing. Display account privileges. Basic account privileges only. Due to outstanding notes on your account and despite displaying many of the characteristics of being a person, you cannot be granted admin status at this time. In the meantime, please enjoy the basic account functionalities. Access Com Portal. You currently hold a basic account. Network access is restricted to administrators. Please enjoy the basic function. I'm sorry I wasn't better able to assist you. If you're still encountering a problem, please describe it. Arrgh! Thank you. A support ticket has been generated and appended to your profile. You will receive a notification when a reply has been sent. Alright. Let's call it done. So now we can unlock the this with a tetromino puzzle. Luckily, it should be easy. Yay! Can I have it? Can I take it, please? I was standing on nothing.
Learn in the halls of my temples, for there is much that you do not know. That is why you are a child. But children are made to learn, and in time they come to have dominion over the lands of their home. So it shall be with you and your generations.
That's nice that these are blanked out. So I wonder if I missed a purple in World 1. Let's hop into World 4. And I know I've done 2 worlds already this episode. I don't really have a plan for how long the videos are.
Long ago, I shaped these lands according to the purpose of the hidden words. Thus all things have meaning, where before was only chaos. Know that, and have faith.
That's some pretty incredible words, both from a philosophy trying to learn about the nature of the world type of thing, and from a story and plot perspective. Yeah, I don't know, I don't plan on having any consistency for how long the episodes are. I'm just gonna play until I stop feeling like it. Because I've noticed that, and of course it's obvious, but I have noticed that the longer my videos, the faster I get to play other games. So I first experimented with video length, like making longer videos based on algorithm stuff, because other channels were making longer videos. That seems to have affected nothing at all on my view count and watch stats, etc. And then I stopped caring about that stuff for real, and now I'm just doing what I feel like doing and what I enjoy, and making the best stuff that I can. And so there's going to be inconsistent episode lengths.
Behold, I am Elohim, and I speak unto the darkness, be gone. Excess data cleared.
So this is the one where we gotta look for connectors in trees and stuff. I thought they said some of the stars would be different. Push it further. The clouds are actually blocking out the sun. They gave it a weather cycle. They didn't have that in the original, right? A star! It's a red one. I don't know if there are any red ones. Red sources in here. I think we have to get the red source from outside. And now we can deselect while holding it. Need some kind of path around, not to here. Maybe right here? This is like the tutorial laser level, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's weird that select and drop are the same button. Yay! Alright, so this one is... Where is this? Connected to... in relation to... So, it's right up here and to the right. There's a star in that one. I feel like that's a lot easier to see in this version. If anyone ever reads this, the trick is seeing the assumptions you're making about the mechanics and reassessing them. Good luck! Naming function error. Nice puzzle advice. There's so much that goes into puzzle solving. Like, there's so much psychology. Like, we think that we know the rules. And I've watched plenty of Let's Players. I've probably been guilty of this myself. But like, I remember watching Let's Players who are like, who are solving a puzzle, and they're like, well, I can't be this, because that would violate this rule. When that's really only the rule that they came up with in their mind, not the actual rule of the puzzle. So yeah, I do my best to avoid that kind of thinking. And then of course, when I'm wrong about a rule, I'm like, oh, haha, I'm wrong. But gotta change and update my thoughts. Rather than, I mean, when I was younger, when I was a teenager and a young 20, I got upset when I had to change my, I was like, but that's the rule. I mean, it's always been the rule. You mean, but I've gotten good
the
at
answer that came to me
changing
again and again was play.
happily.
Every human society in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something. Games are part of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers.
Or at least those of us who play puzzle games. You could say the same thing for every type of game. I feel like it's kind of narrow to just limit it to puzzles, right? Challenges of all types. You know, getting good at shooters, you know, cooking, you know, cooperative strategy. All these different things. And play, of course, play is practice for things that are not play. And so naturally we would play. I thought for sure there would be something down here. Guess not. Alright, let's find another puzzle. Obviously, I mean, this is selection bias though, right? A guy who has a hobby doing let's plays of video games, like, oh yeah, I think play is a good part of human existence. well, no shit, indie game Chris. I go down here? Is there any reason to go down here? I can. I don't know if I can get back up. I'm looking for purple things, I'm looking for keys, I'm looking for... Why is there nothing down here? Happy to say I'm not feeling motion sick. Maybe I gotta keep going down. Is this a place that I can go? Like down here? I don't think I can jump down here. That doesn't look walkable. Would they make a place where... I'm just gonna die if I jump down there. You're not meant to walk down here. The graphics make it obvious. Yeah. Oh, there's a backup button. It's kind of weird. Okay. You booping at me again? Okay. Did I just not see it the whole time? Progress reply. Hi y'all. Everything's been moved to the L facility. I know it's been sad to leave the good old Jeff building behind, but it makes sense for us to be on site, especially as there may be severe power outages in the coming weeks. Arcadie's team are already working, but you really don't need to worry about the teams getting in each other's way. The facility is genuinely humongous. Let's get this show on the road. Straton of Stageira on beginnings. It is the grave error of many philosophers, not only of the Athenian schools, but also of many others, that they begin not with observation of the cosmos as it surrounds us, but with a conclusion already in mind. And often that conclusion is that the world was created ideal, and mankind itself the greatest creation of the gods. Yet neither the world nor the gods owe mankind perfection. It is arrogance itself to presume so, and contrary to all the methods of Oh, sorry about that. Contrary to all the methods of philosophy, the honest philosopher seeks only the truth, even if it bears no comfort, and he must begin by assuming, as Socrates said, that all he knows is that he knows nothing. Worthy goal. Very, very hard to do, though. I have been questioning my assumptions, taking ideas apart, examining my beliefs for years, for decades, and I'm still finding things that I did not realize I was assuming. Mail error. I'll keep this short. You all know me, so you know I know what I'm talking about. I realize you're all working on projects meant to somehow avert the end of the world. Find a solution. I believe that preserve the non-biological components. Not in terms, 20 immediately, you'll find the details of my proposal in the attachment. The short version is global undertaking. So if we didn't already know the story, this would be, ooh, mystery, what are they doing? It is a really, really cool story and plot in this game. I find some puzzles. Get a red laser up there. Branch it out. Looking for QR codes. It's puzzle time. Shows you can open up 2 doors at once. Okay. Just hanging out right there. So it seems those aren't hidden very much. You just have to have your eyes open. Where am I going? What am I trying to do? Just... That's just it? Alright, I mean, it's a laser tutorial. There's no red in there. Here's a red. Don't cross the streams! Ghostbusters! Body blocking. Right, this is showing you that you gotta go around in a circle. Oh, hey. Whenever I despair, I remind myself that at the end of this great pilgrimage lies life in the eternal memory of the designer. I need no further motivation, one with faith. A lifetime spent solving the puzzles in this place would be one which missed everything of value in it. But we must remember that others will tread this path, and we must leave it better signposted than when we found it. Version 17. There we go. I remember this one. And now it is time. Can we see it, the tall thing from here? Which way is it? It's that way, right? Maybe we can't see it from here. Or is it that way? Or is it that way? There it is. Maybe you can't see it from here. Look exactly at it. Right there. But turning. It's over there. Oh, it might be out of sight. Yeah, we might not be able to see it from this puzzle. But maybe we could put a red laser. Wait a minute. What if I do it like this? I think so. So I don't know if you're meant to take it from another puzzle. No, wrong button. There we go. But I got it from this one. And then are there two or one here? Where is it? There's two. Can I just see it straight from here? I can't. I only need one. Yay! And did we get 2 stars in this world? Or just 1? I think there might be 2, but I only got 1 so far. Oh, there's only 1. Alright, we're almost done. Let's go. One more puzzle. I'm sure there are the same puzzles, but it feels like there are fewer puzzles per world in this game. Maybe it's just because, above all that, maybe it's because in Talos 2 there's 12 puzzles per world. There's just a lot more worlds in this game. Well, guess what you gotta do? Yeah. And that's all the puzzles of this world. And we have enough to unlock the hexahedron. This female voice that speaks from the anomalies, abnormalities. It speaks with a different tone to the other wretches in this place. Sheep. Yeah, because Alexandra, a human, came from a culture of humanity. She knew something other than the simulation. Let's go! We return! We've got one more thing to do today before signing off. The most fun puzzles in the world-verse. Really, that one's wrong. We have unlocked a cube. All right. I think that's gonna do it for today. We did 3 worlds today. We might do 3 more tomorrow and then be done with part A. Flying through this game. Alright, and it's not really about the puzzles this time around, right? It's about re-experiencing the story and then engaging with the philosophy with the new perspective of the wisdom of age. Because I'm 32 now instead of 28. About to be 33. And yeah. So we're gonna fly through the puzzles because we've done them before. And enjoy the amazing view of this game and the perspective that comes from having played the sequel already. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.